What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we're playing on my new favorite Geoguessr map, which includes locations from every single country in the world, but is made to feel like the normal Geoguessr experience. So for example, we'll always be placed on a road, we'll normally have some clues, but it's always going to be unofficial coverage. We're going to be playing no moving, panning, or zooming just how I like it this week, and also the links to play along if you want to play before watching are in the description. So let's get straight into it here and see how we can do on Geoguessr in 2069. This map is so good. And the first one here is very interesting indeed. So, we've got orange number plates here. Now, orange number plates is a meta for Cameroon, but is Cameroon ever so dry? I guess we have to be all the way up here. This is fascinating, because we have this kind of, maybe almost kind of sub-Saharan kind of feeling climate. Meanwhile, we definitely have orange number plates, and in the background we have one of those lap pull-down style bars, which I was talking about in yesterday's video, which is also found in other French colonies like Senegal, for example. So, Cameroon being a French-speaking country would make sense here. So can we actually pick the road here? That would be so crazy, because it is kind of going north-south here, so I could see it being something like this on the N1. I think I want to try that. If this is right, this is such a crazy start to the video, but I kind of have a good feeling, because I don't think I can think of any other country in Africa that uses orange number plates, or any other country in the world. So let's see. Oh my goodness, 9.3 kilometers away to start off there. That is crazy, guys. I'm actually so proud. If anyone gets closer than me there, well done. And actually, it's by Zigzag. Wow, that's crazy, guys. It was meant to be serendipitous first round there. So, I mean, goes to show I don't need no meta to get a close guess. That's facts. Okay, next one here. Let's check out what we got going on. This is very different, isn't it? It almost gives you a Spanish vibe, doesn't it? We've got like white houses with red roof over here. It's very flat. The kind of landscape almost reminds me a bit of Australia, but it's clearly not there with the architecture. And then this kind of rocky soil. I can definitely see Spain here. Other possibilities, Portugal. Maybe something in Northern Africa is actually possible here. I don't think I really see Turkey or Greece too much just because of how flat it is. But maybe Cyprus, I don't know. Cyprus may have some places that look like this. I couldn't really be sure. And then maybe Middle East, but I'm definitely leaning Spain here overall. And if it's so flat and everything, I think I'm just going to go this kind of area here. So yeah, I feel like that feels fine. We'll find out very shortly if it is though. And oh my goodness, 36 kilometers away. This has actually been the most insane start, guys. This is first take and everything, I promise you. So wow. Okay, this is fire. This is fire, guys. I want to set a really, really nice high score if I can. And the next one here is not so easy. Okay. So like South American vibe here for sure with these houses and everything. I see that the number plates are kind of shorter in the distance. It didn't really look like Mexico to me, not quite. So maybe it is kind of Central American, maybe Panama or something like that. If we had to trust the sun, it should be to the north. Which is obviously interesting. It's not always reliable on this map, but about 80% of them are. So yeah, I mean, in that case, we would probably be somewhere in, I don't know, Paraguay. I don't know about the short number plates here. That's very interesting to me. I could see maybe like, it could still be Brazil. I just thought this number plate was short. And it is a round pole. And maybe it is Brazil. I think we're gonna guess the wrong country here, but I still want to get as close as I possibly can here because of the insane start we've had. Okay, let's really think about this. So the trees don't feel too tropical, I could say that. So maybe it is kind of a bit further south. Could be Argentina. It's not out of the question, but Argentina has black number plates and that didn't really look so black. But Argentina is probably the best thing I've thought of so far. Obviously, the pole doesn't feel great for Argentina. Neither does the black back of the sign. So I really don't know here. Starting to think that Brazil is actually the best play. Although I'm definitely checking out the number. If this is Brazil, I'm definitely checking out the number plates after. Yeah, or maybe just Asuncion could also work here. I could definitely pay that kind of guess. But it would probably feel a bit different there, I feel. So maybe I'll go like Curitiba here or something like that. Imagine if we picked the city. That would be the most insane game ever for me, honestly. Just the most insane 3 rounds. But honestly, I'm kind of thinking it's wrong. The sun is our hope here, because this building kind of felt a bit Argentinian. And the rest of the round, though, feels a bit more Brazilian or something to me. So, yeah, and the black back of the sign especially. So I'm going to go for that. Let's see. And okay, it was Asuncion. Oh, imagine if I picked it, guys. That would have been so crazy. So there we go. We have short number plates in in the great country of Paraguay. Is that actually true? Let's zoom in on those ones, because in Brazil you normally have longer ones. But yeah, these are short style, so, or at least shorter. So there we go, man. I could have picked it, and yeah, the latitude guess was on point, by the way. Like, they're literally on the same latitude. So, you know, I kind of got the climate right, but yeah, okay. Ooh, this one almost felt immediately like Nepal for some reason. It kind of feels like maybe Kathmandu or something. Is that true though? I'm not sure about this, like all these wires. Kind of feels a bit more Southeast Asian. But it just reminds me of things I've seen where they have really thin streets in Kathmandu. So maybe. Although, is that a bit of a stretch? I don't know. Like, the buildings could feel a bit Indian as well, which I like for it. This, though, I think wouldn't really grow so easily in Kathmandu, right? Surely not. So maybe I gotta reconsider that. I mean, this can be like so many different places. I don't really get a strong vibe here at all. Other than the fact that I could still see it being where I said. It could even be like Venezuela or something like that. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just pretty unsure. Maybe like Myanmar wouldn't be out of the question as well. I don't know. These are like really random countries that I'm throwing out there just in case they're correct. But overall, ooh. Now, what do I actually want to try? Maybe I want to try Nepal just for the fun of it, just because it was the first thing I thought of. Well, the crazy wires, yeah, are really making me. I don't know if I'd really see that being there, especially because like this is a bit of moss. I think it's too tropical. I think we're in a more tropical place. But then I don't know where to go based on that. Maybe it could be. Oh, it could be Vietnam. Just because I don't really recognize this architecture for anywhere else in Southeast Asia that I would know a bit better. Yeah, we could go Vietnam. I feel like they'd have crazy wires in Vietnam, maybe. So just try Hanoi, maybe. Let's go for that. Oh no, it was Kathmandu. Oh my gosh, guys, this could have been the most insane seed. Holy moly. Dude, why I didn't trust myself on those 2 rounds. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. Could we have gotten like a near 25k score? Because we literally could have. And this last one is probably, that is, I think, Myanmar, Burmese script. I think so. In which case, man, oh man, we could have done so crazy, bro. Oh, this would have been the most insane game ever. But regardless, it's still going to be nice. This will probably be my best no moving, panning, or zooming game so far. Yeah, that also looks like kind of a Thai monk, so I definitely like Myanmar here. And the question is, go further north or go further south? Whereas I think I would probably just go middle here. I would probably just hedge it, because I don't really get like a strong vibe. I don't think it's too north. I don't think it's like in the deserty part here, if that even is a desert. And I don't think it's like, I don't really think it was like all the way coastal. It kind of, like these trees kind of felt a bit more, you know, away from the coast maybe. But I could be wrong. Let's just go for that. And, okay, it was actually up in the desert part, but still 4k score. So there we go. That was a 17k game, but my goodness, the first 4 rounds could have been the most insane rounds of my life, honestly. And I'm really surprised about that tree growing in Kathmandu, but what a game there, guys. So gotta tell me if you beat me on there, because if you beat me on there, big respect. Okay, let's head through to another seed here. Oh, man. I love this map so much, guys. I always say it when I'm playing it, but I really do. Okay, let's see what we got on round number 1 here. Also, give the video a like if you're enjoying. Helps me out in the algorithm and all that bit to get new viewers on the channel and stuff. But this one is going to be somewhere in Korea, I think. Main reason I'm saying that is because I'm looking over maybe just below my webcam there, is this Korean pole top. So I would say this is Korea, if not Japan. It can be Japan. And the language looks Korean as well. I'm seeing a little bit of Korean script there as well, I think. Interesting for region guessing here, because I'm not quite sure. It doesn't really give me a tropical vibe. Same time, it doesn't really give me too much else either. And Korea, I'm terrible at the best of times. So I might just go Daegu or something like that. I see a mountain ridge south there. I mean, there's a mountain ridge south basically anywhere in Korea, so that really doesn't help too much, but, you know, it could be like these ridges here. Like, some of these are quite big, so I'll just go for the Daegu one, why not? And it was actually all the way down there. Can't lie, I did think of that, but I also thought of literally, like, most places in Korea, so, yeah. Okay, next one here. That was a good start. 4.3 is fine on this map, I think. Next one here is a bit more difficult, though. This could be Caribbean kind of vibe here. Yeah, it almost, yeah, it's funny. It almost feels like a bit like an Australian beach or something, but I don't really know what I'd do with that information, because, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Caribbean, or what else would work here? Thatched roof. I don't think you'd ever go for Maldives here, because, just because it is, like, a bit elevated, so I feel like Maldives are normally flatter than this. You could try, like, one of these island nations, though. I don't mind that at all. Like, Seychelles, probably not, maybe, but What about Mauritius or something like that? That would be cheeky. Where's the sun? Sun is more so to the north here. Maybe. Yeah, shadows are being cast a bit south here, so that would say the southern hemisphere, which obviously would fit for here. I mean, that would be a soul read if I got that correct. I don't really see how I could really justify the guess though. I don't mind it. You know what? It could be like Réunion or Mauritius or something. Why not? I mean, guys, every time I went against my instincts so far, it did not pay off, so I'm gonna try it. And oh my gosh, not too bad. Actually, in Mozambique there. I was also thinking earlier in the round, but I didn't say it, of like Tanzania coast or something like that, or maybe like this kind of stuff here, but yeah, wasn't really thinking that far south, but does make sense that, you know, it's on a fairly similar latitude to, you know, a lot of Australian coastline, so that makes sense. Okay, not a bad guess there, I'm happy with that. Next one here, this should be India or Sri Lanka. Looking at the trees, it feels very high altitude. We've got red dirt, which obviously fits for both countries, but crucially, I think we've got tea plantation here, so maybe this is just Sri Lanka. And it does feel quite Sri Lankan in all honesty, so I really like it. The guys, they could be Indian or Sri Lankan for my money. Yeah, I'm just going to go for middle Sri Lanka here and call it a day. And it was indeed there. Very nice guess. Happy with that. That's good. Okay, next one here. This one is, ooh, orange on the top of the number plate. I feel like that might be, I feel like we might be in Bahrain here, maybe. I feel like it's possible. I feel like I've seen that number plate definitely somewhere before. They have blue on the top in Egypt, so I think it's not Egypt. Flat for rent. We also have English, so I think it might be Bahrain. Yeah. Why don't we give it a go here? I also like associate Bahrain with like no trees, and obviously we see like literally no vegetation here, so I kind of like it. Let's see if we actually pick the city here once again. And it was there. Very nice indeed. Ooh, guys. I'm actually popping off today, bro. I cannot lie. And we are on a pretty good score here. Let's see if we can finish it off with some heat. This one almost gave me a bit of Bolivian vibes, but the longer I look at it, the less I like that, I think. But what are these blue painted poles at the bottom? Could be like rural Peru. That's always possible. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I do actually not mind that at all. But then of course it'd just be Central America, in which case we'd probably miss out. But I'm looking for now an electricity marker or electricity meter, which they always have on the houses in Peru, and I just don't see any. Although I would expect that there to be one on the red house here, but it's probably just off screen if there is one. And the other houses they're kind of too makeshift to really expect to see something like that. I could also see just like something in the kind of Colombian coverage here, which you'd never see normally. So yeah, probably something, you know, like one of these like towns along the Iquitos River. This is just Amazon River, is it? Yeah, Amazon River here. Could certainly work. I kind of want to try that. But yeah, I feel like it is like Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, or just something Central America here. Maybe even Venezuela. It's not impossible. But I've never seen the blue at the bottom, so I'm kind of curious if that could be a meta for wherever we are. So yeah, let's just go for Peru here. I got the main vibe for that country, so we'll just try it here. And okay, it was Ecuador. Yeah, as I said, was probably going to be one of those ones, and it was just in here. So interesting. I've never seen those polls before, but maybe it's something that they only did recently. So another 17k there. Pretty good game, and actually I feel like that's actually almost a better performance than the first one, because round 2 is just about impossible, so I'm happy with that. Alright, third link is in the description. Let's get it. Let's do one more for the video here. Guys, I'm so in love with this map, guys. I just say it at the start of every seed I play on here, but it really is like revivifying my love for like learning the new parts of Geoguessr and stuff like that, you know. And just imagine if we had official coverage in all these countries, it would just be insane. Anyway, this one is looking interesting. We've got white painted bottom of the pole, Soviet style. It doesn't feel like Russia, to be fair. And I'm getting more of a kind of Central Asian vibe here. Could certainly see like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, something like that working quite nicely. Maybe even Kazakhstan too. So maybe guessing in kind of between them here could be a good idea. Just have to explore the option that this could be Caucasus as well. I don't like it quite as much, but I could certainly see it. It's like some of these like bushes and even this house almost feels a bit more East Asian inspired, almost, but not quite, but definitely more Soviet, especially with the pole. So yeah, I don't think it's, it could be Kazakhstan. Let's not forget Kazakhstan. It is pretty flat here. But I think I prefer the other stands better. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it ends up being here. I'm gonna go here in Kirgili. And we'll see what it ends up being. I kind of like this guess overall, though. But it could even be like Chinese Xinjiang. But no, the poll doesn't fit. So we'll go here. And oh my goodness, another insane guess. We are actually in Uzbekistan there. And we're literally in the same plane. Guys, my gosh. How am I popping off so hard, bro? I don't understand. This is quite crazy. Okay. Okay, next round here. We'll see what happens. And ooh. Yeah, this is probably India, right? I'm just looking at the cars here. I don't recognize any of the makes of cars. Often you see that in India. We have long plates as well, which would fit too. But are they black? Are they black number plates here? It should be white, but it's actually kind of hard to make out if it's like white on a black background or black on a white background. But overall, it definitely feels like India, and it feels like a ton of New Delhi stuff I've seen in the past. So I feel like I would go there. But this could be any big Indian city. Like, wow, there's no shortage of those. So, I think I go Delhi, but yeah, really unsure what's best. Anything else to say here? I think I'll just send it in. I guess my one concern here is Pakistan, maybe? Yeah, I could see Pakistan working quite nicely here as well. But I feel like that's the only two countries that are quite possible for my money. Unless it was maybe Iran. Iran's also possible. Okay, I can see that too. But I feel like Iran has blue strips on the plates. So yeah, I'll just go for India here. And it was New Delhi. Wow, actually got the vibe on that as well. That's crazy, guys. Okay, what score are we on so far? Actually, we're on insane pace so far. Let's see what happens in the next round. We're in Africa now. It should be Africa, right? And it kind of feels like West Africa to me, like with the walls around the buildings and the wooden poles and everything. Yeah, it certainly can be. Like, it kind of feels like Ghana, but not quite. So, I'm thinking like Benin or Togo could work quite nicely here. Maybe also Ivory Coast. Yeah, something like that. Don't make up the number plate, unfortunately. Ooh, or do I? I've definitely seen interesting number plates in Ivory Coast before where they were like kind of like blue and orange or something, but this one is really too hard to tell, so I don't think I want to make any like a kind of like massive read based on that. The people certainly definitely do look West African though, so I like that. I think I'll just go, yeah, like near Porto Novo here and call it a day maybe. So does it feel that Nigerian? I think like the sand around Lagos is probably like a bit lighter than this. So maybe I actually move it over to around, but then, no, I'm going to go Lomé instead. But this is red soil. This is white soil, this is red soil. Actually, maybe between actually does work. We're going to go in Dogbo here, just because I like the town name. Let's see it. Ooh, it is Lomé. That's a really good guess. That's a really good guess. Guys, guys, we're still on like crazy pace here. Crazy pace, honestly. Let's see what kind of score we can get. Okay, this is Central America. Where is it? Could be South America still. I could see, ooh, yeah, this is really interesting architecture. It almost feels Southeast Asian as well, you know. I'm thinking it is actually South or Central America, nevertheless. That's funny though. This house and this car almost gave me like a bit of Malaysian vibe, but it can't be there. I think this like lamppost isn't Malaysian, and then also like this number plate and house are certainly not. Nevertheless, though, that's something to consider. Like, it's kind of a more dangerous place, probably, because of the barbed wire fence here. Like, you probably wouldn't put that in, like, a very safe country. I'm thinking, like, something like these ones here where, they don't have the best reputation for safety. We can say that. So I'm thinking, yeah, I think those are good. Is this an American car? It almost feels like an Australian car in a weird way, but it's not. Back when Australia used to make cars. Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, something like that. It almost looked like the number plate had blue text on it, in which case I would be thinking of like Costa Rica, but I don't think the whole round gave me a very big Costa Rica vibe. I think it's more like this kind of stuff here, maybe. What's the equator running through? Yeah, maybe even further south, like Nicaragua, maybe. I don't know. Landscape-wise, or like kind of with the hilliness and the houses, I like where I am here better. But maybe the climate feels a bit more Panama, Costa Rica, or maybe even, I don't know, Venezuela is possible, I guess. Yeah. I think I'll just go for this. Venezuela does use short number plates, by the way. I don't think I got the vibe enough for that. So I'm just going to go where I have it here. Oh, it was Panama. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And it was in David. Interesting stuff. Still a good guess, but not the closest. We can get 20k here, and we have an Iranian flag, so we should get 20k here. Ooh, this is like, if I was looking at just the left-hand side of the screen, I could say this is Australia. Very interestingly, similar to like the Adelaide kind of climate here. So what would the equivalent be in Iran? I feel like it is kind of this north stuff, right? I feel like you don't... Maybe you could get it like around here, like around these kind of valleys here where it is a bit green, but I would definitely be thinking of these northern mountain ranges way near Turkey. And it does kind of feel a bit that way as well, I would say. Maybe outskirts of Tehran here could work quite nicely, like in this kind of stuff here. Although the mountains are not huge, I still quite like it, I think. So I'll just kind of hedge middle north here, because I think that's good, and we're near the capital too. Let's go. And, okay, was actually, yeah, all this stuff out right near Turkey, so, or Iraq, indeed. So, there we go. That was a 20,000 score on NMPZ. Pretty good, especially the Uzbekistan there, and the Togo or the Benin. Yeah, that's it for the video. I think I actually played super in these, if I want to toot my own horn a little bit here. Let me know how you guys did in the comments. I will definitely be coming back to these ones and checking the scores, because I want to see, how I fared against you guys. But, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. I will see you guys in a video very soon. So, till next time, guys, and goodbye.